Hey, this is Troy from Planet 76. We've got some really good Sixers-focused content coming your way today. Make sure you subscribe to the pod so you can be in the know when we release new content. Enjoy the show. All right, Sixers fans, welcome into another episode of Planet 76, special edition, Christmas Day edition. Sixers coming off a 118-114 victory over the Boston Celtics. So if all you wanted for Christmas was a Sixers win, you got it. Again, over the defending champion Boston Celtics at TD Garden. Sixers pick up the win. A really fun game to watch throughout. Sixers were tied heading into the fourth quarter and built up like a 15-point lead. Things were looking really, really good, and then here come the Celtics, few turnovers and all sorts of miscues that the Sixers had, and then the Sixers were able to respond, extend that lead back out a little more, and again, finally win by a final score of 118-114, and I think this win is big for a number of different reasons. One, everybody knows the Sixers' struggles that they've gone through so far this season, now sitting at 11-17. But to pick up a win at Boston is huge because of how talented Boston is, and because that's a team that, again, every team in the NBA has to knock them off in order to get to their goals this season. And so Boston's at the top, as reigning champions, and so that's a big deal to beat them. And again, I think it's even bigger this year because of what the Sixers have had to endure so far. They're now winners of 8 of their last 11, and some of the encouraging news in that, too, again, is that this win doesn't come against the Charlotte Hornets like so many of their previous wins had, but this win comes against Boston. So that's big. Few players were really, really huge tonight. I mean, obviously the Sixers had Joel and Tyrese and Paul George, who struggled from the field, but Joel finished with 27 and 9 boards, but Tyrese Maxey was the guy, especially to extend that lead back out. Sixers had a couple double-digit leads, one in the first half, and then in the second half through in that fourth quarter. But Tyrese Maxey was the catalyst for that lead that they were able to get. He finished the night with 33 points and 12 assists, and there was the biggest stretch of the game was the Sixers heading into the fourth quarter, and it's tied, and Celtics are pretty much full strength out there to roll out their lineup to start the fourth, and the Sixers had Joel Embiid and Paul George on the bench. So it was Tyrese Maxey time. This was a pivotal moment. Sixers allow the Celtics to continue the run that they had been on. Sixers might not see the lead again. Home crowd gets into it. Who knows what happens? But Tyrese Maxey was able to weather the storm and really just put the team on his back for just bucket after bucket in that fourth quarter. Again, he finished with 12 assists as well, so getting his teammates involved. I haven't mentioned even Caleb Martin today with his best game as a Sixer, 23 points, including 7 of 9 from three-point land. If you're an NBA fan, you remember the run that Caleb Martin had on this same Celtics team when he was a member of the Miami Heat in the playoffs in that series. Just remarkable stuff from him. Really, really good to see that. And the broadcasters today mentioned a few things that are very true, and they're spot on. One of those being this fact that this is the team that the Sixers really expected to see, and that we as fans expected to see. Not that Caleb Martin's going to shoot 7 for 9 from 3 every night, but he's expected to contribute a good bit offensively. We're expecting George and Embiid and Maxey to be on the floor together. This is only their fifth game together. And so they played well. Kelly Oubre, did a little bit defensively. Didn't have his best offensive night with just 4 points. But Gershon, again with 12 points, knocking down a couple threes. He's been playing well. Kyle Lowry given some solid minutes with 21 minutes, 5 points, 3 assists, and 3 boards. Yeah, you just like to see kind of this thing taking shape. Michael and I talked about it in our last episode 167. That we still don't know what we have, and it's true. But you like to think that this is just a snippet of what could be to come for this Sixers team. Also encouraging to note that as many threes as the Celtics like to shoot, Celtics knocked down 20 threes in this one. We're 20 for 49, and yet the Sixers were able to weather that storm. I mean, there's many games. probably can't even count them on two hands, the amount of times that we all can remember as Sixers fans going up to TD Garden and losing by double digits because the Celtics knocked down 17-18 threes. Well, tonight on Christmas Day, they made 20, and it wasn't enough to beat the Sixers, who made 17. Sixers were also perfect from the free throw line, which helped a lot down the stretch in a 4-point victory, 19 for 19 from the charity stripe. A couple notables for the Celtics. Jason Tatum, 11 for 20 from the field for 32 points, 15 rebounds. Jaylen Brown had a very quiet first half with just 2 points, but he finished the night with 23, 7 boards, 4 assists, and 2 steals. Al Horford had it going a little bit early. He finished with 17, 5 of 10 from 3. No surprise there because of, he's playing against the Sixers. Of course, he's going to play well. It just kind of seems to be the case. But again, this is a big win because, I get it, it's only one game, and it's Christmas Day. It's fun to win that. It's fun to play on Christmas Day. Michael and I talked about that even on our last episode. But as much hardship, as much like turmoil and just a weird season that this has been for the Sixers through 28 games now. You go up to Boston and you beat the Celtics. That could do a lot for team chemistry. That could boost morale. That could do a lot of things that's going to help this team moving forward as they look to continue this run that they're on a little bit. They're 8-3 over their last 11. And, Michael and I talked about this, before the Celtics victory, that in a lot of ways that doesn't even make sense. And yet we're not complaining about it because they're finding a way to win games, and yet we still don't know what we have. Again, just the fifth game with the big three playing together. And so there's a lot to look forward to. The Sixers do have a tough stretch of games, beginning first with this one on Christmas Day against Boston. But, just, kind of an encouraging thing to see, what the Sixers have been able to do, over the last couple weeks. And then beyond that, coming up, we have they hit the road for 5 straight against Utah, Portland, Sacramento, Golden State, and then back to the East Coast with Brooklyn. So the next home game isn't for almost 2 weeks, Monday the 6th against Phoenix. So they're going to hit the road for 5, 4 of which are going to be out west. So pivotal stretch of games, too, to keep that thing rolling. And hopefully the Sixers can stay healthy. Embiid was big tonight. Again, he didn't have to come back in to the game in the fourth quarter till about the 4.5 minute mark because Tyrese Maxey was able to carry the load offensively, give Embiid an extended rest as they pushed that lead out without him in the game. So good thing, good win. Again, it looked for a moment as if they were gonna blow it. 15-point lead in the fourth quarter, trimmed down to like 2 or 3, but they held on, got the win, leave Boston with a win. And again, I think, it's one, but this could do something. Again, it's not just to win against the Charlotte Hornets. This is against the Boston Celtics, and so that could do something moving forward because you have your full slate of players available, and you see what you can do. So hopefully this is just a glimpse into what the Sixers team is eventually going to be. We realize, Michael and I both here on Planet 76 realize it's going to take a while to get there, but if this is an indicator of what could be to come, then we're going to welcome that with open arms, and so we're excited to see what the future holds. Again, Planet 76, episode 168. Merry Christmas, everybody. Christmas edition. Sixers give you your gift of a win against the Boston Celtics, 118-114, and we will see you next time and catch up on that Sixers road trip that they're going to be on over the next few games. We'll see you next time. You just listened to an episode of the Planet 76 podcast. Hey, we appreciate you joining us for this episode. Whatever platform you're on, why don't you hit that subscribe button for us, and we'll see you next time.